In the day's other news, COVID infections in India surged to yet another global record, nearly 380,000 in just 24 hours. Officials also reported another 3,600 deaths. The crisis has taxed hospitals beyond their capacity to treat patients as ventilators and oxygen tanks run out. Local welfare groups in New Delhi are banding together to provide free oxygen.
People are suffering, begging for every ounce of oxygen. Now that we have brought these cylinders here, I believe the needs of at least 100 to 150 people will be fulfilled. We hope we can do something to save their lives.
Even as the virus spread, people lined up to vote today in elections in West Bengal state. More than 8 million people were eligible to cast ballots. Meanwhile, Brazil became the second country in the world behind the U.S. to officially top 400,000 COVID-19 deaths. 100,000 of those fatalities happened in the last month alone. The news is more encouraging here in the U.S. as infections are declining across much of the country and more places are lifting restrictions. New York City now aims to fully reopen on July 1st. Mayor Bill de Blasio announced it today, citing improvements in vaccination and hospitalization rates.
It means we get to go back to so many of the things we love. It means so many jobs get to come back, and soon. It means that the things that make New York City special will be clearer than ever this summer. This is going to be the summer of New York City.
Despite the announcement, it is still unclear when New York State will allow full capacity for restaurants and schools. Meanwhile, New Orleans will allow full capacity at bars and restaurants starting tomorrow. And Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer has announced an easing of restrictions as vaccination rates rise. The state had been fighting a surge of infections. Authorities in western North Carolina are searching for answers after shootings that left 5 dead, including 2 sheriff's deputies. Gunfire erupted Wednesday at a home in Boone. Deputies had gone to check when the occupants missed work and could not be reached. The sheriff's office says that the gunman killed the deputies, his mother, and his stepfather, and then took his own life. In Russia, opposition leader Alexei Navalny has been seen in public again for the first time since ending a 3-week hunger strike. He made a video appearance in court today to appeal a fine. Navalny looked gaunt with a shaved head after losing weight. His lawyer said that he is managing despite the physical toll.
He weighs 160 pounds. When he arrived to the prison in January, he weighed 207 pounds. He was on a hunger strike for so many days that not many people would be able to bear. Nevertheless, he copes. He is quite healthy for a person in his situation. One can only be proud of him.
In his own statement, Navalny again criticized President Vladimir Putin and said that his rule is steadily degrading Russia. China has taken another big step into space. The country launched the main module of its first permanent space station today. In all, the Chinese plan 11 missions to build and supply the station before sending a 3-person crew by the end of next year. Back in this country, the Food and Drug Administration today proposed a ban on menthol cigarettes and flavored cigars. They are especially popular with black smokers, and health groups have pushed for the ban. Tobacco companies are expected to file legal challenges. We'll return to this later in the program. The U.S. economic recovery is rapidly accelerating. The Commerce Department reported today that first quarter growth surged ahead at an annual rate of 6.4%. In addition, new unemployment claims fell to 553,000 last week. That's a new low during the pandemic. And on Wall Street, the economic news gave stocks a boost. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 240 points to close at 34,060. The Nasdaq rose 31 points, and the S&P 500 added 28 for another record close. Still to come on the NewsHour, prosecutors in the Derek Chauvin murder trial consider the impact of the verdict. The FDA announces a long-awaited ban on menthol cigarettes. And a focus on indigenous voices leads to a major revival for a pioneer museum.
This is the PBS NewsHour from WETA Studios in Washington and in the West from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at Arizona State University.